Hey everyone, Cynthia Luhu here. I'm going to show you how to make a chunky charm bracelet. Now you don't have to make a bracelet, you can just totally make a huge chunky charm if you want. But I just thought it'd be fun to make bracelets. And then if you want to use them for, closures on mini albums or hang them on a mini album or something, you totally can. So I've just gathered a bunch of supplies. I've got some white pearls and some little flower beads, and some of these are plastic, some are glass. And we're doing a swap on LSH. I just posted it. It's called the Chunky Bracelet Swap, or the Chunky Charm Bracelet Swap. And that's why I'm doing this tutorial, to teach, or to show everyone, what I do to make mine. I have a bunch of these little, these are plastic, but they look metal beads. I've got a bunch of baubles in here, a big heart charm, and I'm using a large lobster clasp. It's very big. I have some more of these cute little baubles. I got these from Twins Moms. And then I just have, some bead caps, charms that I want to add, and then this whole bag of keys, because you want to fill it up and you want it real chunky. I also have this little pink chain, and this pink will go with, the theme that I'm going with, pink. This is not going to be the bracelet for the charm swap. This is just one I'm making for a tutorial. I'm using 20 gauge wire. 20 gauge wire is very easy to use and manipulate, but you may want to go a little bit bigger and get 18 gauge, as that will be a stronger wire. But I'm going to show you a way to make your charms that they will not fall off. It will be impossible. Okay, so I'm going to just get everything ready. I'm going to make some split rings, so I'm going to cut a large piece of wire off because I'm going to need a lot of split rings for this. Actually, I'm not going to make that many because the way I'm going to do mine, it's going to be a lot stronger. So I will make some because I may want to use some. Okay, so I'm just going to take this piece of wire here. Let's move this out of the way so you can see a little better. And I can do it with this, but I'm going to show you on a paintbrush because this may be easier for you to do. I'm just going to take a paintbrush just like this, and I'm going to start twisting the wire around the paintbrush just like this, and trying to get it as tight to the previous wire as I can, and just wrap it all the way around. Kind of like you're making a spring, which you could use this for a spring. Okay, now I have this, and I'm just going to cut off that little end that's sitting there, and then I'm going to cut about 2 or 3 at the same time. You want some strong wire cutters for this, in the same place each time. Okay, so that's going to give me a few jump rings. Normally, I would just do a real long piece. Okay, I'm back. So now I'm going to show you. Now these are I use these tools. I use this small round-nosed plier. I use these needle-nose pliers that have like the gripper. They have the teeth on it. And then my wire cutters. That's the only 3 tools I use. Also, I'm going to measure myself, and this is going to be a little bulky, so I'm just going to measure this on myself and give it about an extra 2 inches maybe. And I'm going to show you a surefire way that you will not lose any of your beads. I also put it on a white background. I'm going to cut a wire about 2 inches long. I'm going to take one end and I'm going to go to the side, so it's going to be like that, right? Now I'm going to wrap this around my pliers, and I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to wrap that a little bit so I have this. I'm going to take my lobster clasp. I'm going to pop it on the end there and slide it through. Now that it's on the little circle, I'm going to hold it with my needle nose, and I should have given myself a little bit more wire. But now I'm going to wrap it around the end, just like this. I have to use my pliers because I left too small of a tail. I'm just going to pinch that down. So if you see, that's not going to come off. Making some links with, and I'm going to alternate the pearls and flowers and the pink crystals and baubles. So the big baubles, I'm probably going to want to do like one here, 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 some in between like that. So that's what I'll do. There's 5 there, so I'm probably going to put them about an inch apart. Let's back up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to cut about 2 inches of wire. I'm going to put my little bauble on it, and then I'm going to bend my wire around just like this and wrap that around the stem. I'm going to cut the excess off, and I'm going to pinch down that little tail because I don't want that to be sharp. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bead just like that. And now I'm going to grab my wire, bend it this way, twist it around the pliers, and now I have a... So I'm switching to a different chain. This one's a lot stronger than the other one. Okay, so...
Yeah, some days are nice, but it's kind of like Seattle in a lot of ways. It's just drizzly a lot of times. It's gray days. I get bummed. I get to see the rest of the place like that.
So now I'm going to take my little piece of wire and my bauble, and I'm going to place it on the chain exactly where I want it to hang. And I'm going to hold the loop with my pliers, and I'm going to wrap this wire around the stem, the wire, and then I am going to clip that little tail off, and I'm going to smash down that little tail because that will be sharp. Okay, so now that bauble will not come off unless the chain breaks because the loops are wrapped around the stem. Okay, so now I have all the baubles on, and I'm just going to start making little charms or little danglies with pearls and beads, and I'll do a couple in regular motion, and then after that I'll just kind of speed it up and you can watch me build it. So here we go. Okay, so I pretty much have this pretty full, but I'm still going to fill a couple more spots and show you those too. I have a heart there, another really pretty crystal here, and this here. So what I'm going to do is I could either use a split ring like I made earlier, or I can do... I'm going to show you a little trick with these. I'm going to cut that off and start it over so you can see. Okay, so here's the heart bead, or crystal, and then there's my little wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the end into a little circle. I'm going to use the smallest part of my pliers, and now I have a little tiny circle there. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to bend my wire up. So I got that. Now I'm going to put my wire down on the bead on the wire, just like that. And I'm going to take my plier, actually I'm going to add a bead. I think I'll add a heart bead. Just going to put a little bead on there. Actually this is a pearl. going to slide that down. And now I'm going to take my pliers right above it, about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to bend it toward me, just like that. And then I'm going to wrap my wire around the pliers, just like that. And I'm going to leave it open. And then I'm going to take my necklace or my bracelet and find a link that I want to add it to. One that has, you know, a big space, which is probably right here. And I'm going to feed the top of this wire through one of the chain links, just like that, and then I'm going to force the loop around, force the chain through the loop, just like that. So now it's hooked on the chain. And I changed my chains. I was using the pink one, but it wasn't strong enough. And now I'm just going to wrap my wire around. Okay, and I don't need that much, so I'm going to clip off that tail there. And I don't want that tail showing that's left. So I'm going to take my needle nose and I'm going to crimp that part down. Just like that. Now, the heart is hanging on there, just like that. I'll do it one more time with one of these. This actually has a loop on it that's open, so I'm just going to take one of my split rings, or whatever you call these. I don't know what you call these. I'm going to open it, and you don't open it, you don't pull it open, you do that to open it. I'm just going to slide that on and find another space on the chain that has some room. Looks like we need some more right here, so I'm just going to pop it on one of those links and close that. And here's the end. I added a bunch of split rings and then the lobster claws on this side. So I can just keep adding and adding and adding. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how to make it. Make yours. You can make your charms this way. There it is on my hand. There's the clasp. And it's quite a heavy bracelet, but because I used a real strong chain and I did the links by wrapping my wire around the base, there's no rings that can open up. If there's like a lightweight charm, I just used the split rings. That's a lightweight charm, that one is. But the big heavy baubles, I wanted to link it real strong and secure. So there you go. I hope that you guys have fun making your chunky charm bracelets, and make sure that you join the swap at a little scrap of heaven and make your own. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye.